All right, on today's Onshape tutorial, we're going to do a image trace so that we can convert that into either a 3D printed lake map or into a CNC cut lake map. So we're going to start by creating a new file, new document. Name this with the name of your lake. So I'm going to do Bashan Lake and Moodus. I'm going to call it depth map. All right, so then I want to work in my top plane. So I'm going to start a sketch in my top plane. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to import a document, so an image. So it defaults to DXF. You want to insert an image. And then I'm going to go to import. And then I saved it to my desktop already. So you'd want to go and take an image and save it to your desktop or save it to somewhere on your computer. This one's called Bashan Lake. Say open. And the next thing you want to do is you want to click the origin and drag it out. And it doesn't matter what scale you use, you can scale it later. And then I'm going to go normal to my top view. So this is a fairly high resolution photo, so it looks real good here. I'm not going to trace every contour. So what you need to do is you need to pick a depth that you're going to use and then go with it. And so what I mean by that is there's a lot of contours on here. I don't want to do all of them. I want to go every 6 feet. So I'm going to trace the outline of the map where the water meets the land. And then I'm going to go 6 feet. And then I'm going to go 12 feet. And I'm going to go 18 feet, 24 feet, and so on until I get down to the bottom contour. All right. So I'm not going to show you all of this process, but I am going to show you the start process. So you're going to start with a spline. And I'm going to do the 42-foot contour here, 42-foot depth. And the reason I'm starting with that is because it's a small contour and I can show you how to start and end a spline. So you're going to simply click on the line and that starts a spline. And every time you click, it will follow you. And so if you have tighter curves, you got to do more clicks to get around that tight curve. And so you're just going to basically go around and ignore the words there. Try to do your best to follow the contour underneath the words. And these longer straights, you can be farther apart with your clicks. And you want to get all the way back to the beginning. And it's kind of hard to see this blue on blue. But once I get back to the final spline, I want to make sure I click on that. And then it highlights in a darker blue. And then from there, I want to do another one. So 36 feet is where I'll go next. Okay, just clicking on here. So I already planned out that I'm going to go every 6 feet. And I know that 42 and 36 are divisions, or divisible by 6, so that they're going to be ones that I would need. And again, I would have started with the outside of the lake, but it's just a long process to follow all the ins and outs and inlets of the lake. So I chose to do this profile because it's a lot simpler, but it will get a little bit tricky as you go out and they get longer. But as long as you make sure you click on the start point, you get a nice profile there. Okay, so that's 2 of them. Then I'd go next to 30 and then 24 and then all the way out to, like I said, where the land meets the water. I'm not going to do all of those with you now. But what I'd want to do after I was done is say good. And I have now 2 splines. What I could do once I'm done is I can export this as a DXF, and that DXF could be brought into a lot of different programs. For example, Mastercam. where you could take the DXF and use each of those lines as a contour for creating a toolpath. You could also just take each of those splines and extrude them out. So if you want to do a 3D printed version of the lake, you could extrude them all to different depths and make a 3D printed depth map. So depending on what class you're in with me, you will be doing one of those two things. If you are in CIM 2, you'll be exporting that. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the sketch. This is, again, once you're done with all your contours, and you're going to export your DXF. So you want to save that to your network file. All right, so I have a completed version of this. I'm not going to show you on the incomplete version. So I'm going to go back here to this image trace. Normal to my top view. And so you can see lots of points, lots of splines on here, lots of clicking. But this is the final contour. So we have where the land meets the water, 6 feet, 12 feet, 18 feet, 24 feet, and then so on, all the way down to my final depth of 42 feet. Okay, I took and you can then export that drawing, and you're on your way to creating your depth map, either, again, 3D printed or by bringing it into Mastercam and using the CNC machine. All right, thanks for watching.